Shameless Season 3 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important. If you aren't caught up to the point where I am every watching or watching Shameless, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And while I never did reviews of Shameless on this channel when the show was airing, I did do a Shameless series finale rant video when the series finale aired. So if you've seen every single episode of Shameless and want to jump ahead a bit and hear my thoughts regarding the clusterfuck that was the series finale, go ahead and check that video out right here with about 20 seconds left to go in the video. And of course, I'll remind you at the end of this video. This will be Shameless Season 3, Episode 4. The title of this episode is called The Helpful Gallaghers. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode a few days ago. Frank is telling Debbie to stay down. She's trying to hold her breath as long as possible. Lip and Mandy are fucking. Mandy, we find out that Mandy has a half-sister, and the meth head mother apparently died. V's riding Kev, and now Kev's on the bottom. Wait, this was a baby-making session. Carl's all ready for cancer camp. Frank says time will tell when Carl asks if he's going to die or not. Carl hugs Fiona and says thanks for being a great sister. Lip asks Mandy about her half-sister. Mandy's cool that her half-sister is going to go through a foster care system, and Lip wants to help. He doesn't want to put a child through that. Carl tells Frank that he loves him. Frank tells him to be brave. Frank then gives him some antacid tablets as he took the label off and said they're special cancer pills. Now Jody and Sheila are getting it on. Everybody's getting it on this episode. Sheila doesn't seem too impressed. I'm surprised Jody's not doing the my pleasure, my power, my pain, or is it my power, my pleasure, my pain? Whatever the hell the thing was. Sheila wants to use her toys, but Jody has absolutely zero interest in something up his asshole. Sheila asks Frank to do whatever thing, or I should say Sheila tells Frank that she misses what they had, the things they did in bed. Sheila says Jody's boring. Frank says, please don't cry while I'm eating. Everyone's having Bobby time at the grocery store, and people keep telling Fiona this. Frank talks to Jody at the alibi about the Sheila thing, and Jody mentions about having sex 10 to 12 times a day. That's why he was in sexual recovery, or sex, whatever the hell the name of the course was. Carl is complaining about the cancer camp. Lots of things that were advertised aren't really there. And Carl and his cancer buddy are out at the lake without permission. His buddy talks about wanting to see some titties. Hey, I'm always up for titties. We've seen a lot in this episode so far with Mandy. Now we just need Fiona. Jody and Sheila, sex time again. Jody asks Sheila, what's his name? She says, Jody. He really gets off on that, apparently. Lip and Mandy go to pick up Molly. Jimmy wants to contribute money to the squirrel fund, so he's pawning a watch. Carl and the cancer kids want chicken McNuggets, or nuggets. Sheila tells Frank she's going to ask Jody if her and Frank can have a little toy time on the side. Frank goes to talk to Jody again. Fiona agrees to let Molly stay at the house until Carl comes home from cancer camp, although they don't know it's cancer camp. They just think he's going to camp. And then Carl breaks into the medicine storage, whatever thing at camp. And then Wendy, the camp counselor, walks in right as he does this. She says if there was anything I could do, because Carl complains about this camp not having certain things. Carl says, you have more power than you think. Fiona has a meeting with her coworkers at the grocery store. A couple of the workers don't think Bobby's all that bad, so they have a vote to continue doing the things that they're doing. Carl gets Wendy, the camp counselor, to actually show her tits And then another camp counselor and somebody dressed as a clown also see this. Lloyd, Jimmy's dad, tells Jimmy that him and his mom are getting a divorce. Mandy tells Lip thanks for the stuff he's done for Molly. And then Molly changes right in front of Debbie, and it turns out that Molly actually has a penis. Oh my god, this is woke crap. Well, actually, this was a long time ago, so it's nothing new. This is only season 4 of 11 of Shameless, so it's a few years ago when this happened. Lloyd has too many when him and Jimmy are out at the Alibi and comes back home with Jimmy. Jimmy's dad gets in bed with Lip, thinking it's Ian. Of course, Lip flips out, and Ian says that he was there for him, tells the story of how he was having fun with him at the club and whatnot. And then Jimmy finds out that his dad likes guys sometimes. Fiona comforts Jimmy to end the episode, and then we get an end credits or mid credits scene of Carl and Wendy in a bus, and Wendy's crying, and Carl says they were really nice. So, a pretty entertaining episode of Shameless. I liked it. I'm going to score it an 8.6 out of 10. And then the male character of the episode for this one is definitely going to be Carl. Could be Lip, though. And then female-wise, you've got Fiona, you've got Sheila. I think either one of those, even Mandy. I'm going to give it to Fiona just because Fiona is awesome. So you've heard what I have to say. Now, of course, it's your turn. And even Frank could be the male character of the episode. But because of the stuff that Carl did, I got to give it to Carl. So you've heard what I have to say about the episode. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Shameless and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and I would really appreciate it if you Hulk smash that like button, share the video with anybody you know, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comments section about what your thoughts are on this episode. What would you score the episode, and whom would be your male and female characters of the episode if you had to choose? And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, you're watching the video anyway, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special, and JDev will return.